So you're thinking about living in Virginia's beautiful mountains and valleys, but maybe you don't want to live in a larger town like Staunton or Harrisonburg or Waynesboro. Well, in this series of videos, I'm going to take you into some of the smaller towns between Harrisonburg and between Staunton, so you can get an idea of what those towns are like and what some of the homes in those towns are like as well. And if you hang around to the end of this video, I am going to take you to a really, really neat place here in the Shenandoah Valley that most people don't know about, and even a lot of folks here in the Shenandoah Valley don't know about. And you definitely don't want to miss out on that, so hang around to the end, find out what that is, but we're going to get started right now.
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living, eating, sleeping, playing here in the Shenandoah Valley and Virginia's mountains and valleys and Piedmont area, then click on that subscribe button and touch that bell icon so you can be the first to be notified about all the current real estate market here in Virginia's mountains and valleys. Hi, my name's Stephen Gleason along with my wife Leslie, and we get phone calls and emails every day from folks just like you and you and you and you. And we absolutely love to help those folks that give us a call. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, just pick up the phone and give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. The information's all in the description down below, and we'll be happy to help you make your move to Virginia or make your move here in Virginia as smooth as possible. So that being said, in today's video I mentioned that we were going to go through a series of videos and talk about some of the smaller towns between Staunton and between Harrisonburg. Well, in this video, we're going to look at two towns. One of them is obviously, you can see here, is Bridgewater, and the other one is Mount Solon, a very small town, and we'll get out there in a little bit. But first of all, a little bit about Bridgewater. Bridgewater is located about 10 to 15 minutes southwest of Harrisonburg. It's right on Highway 42, also known as Scenic Highway, and if you travel that highway, it is a very beautiful drive. Bridgewater is a bedroom community of Harrisonburg. It has a really nice community feel, and it has a very vibrant downtown and neighborhood areas. It's a riverside town, and there's a lot of industry here in this area like there is in some of the other areas around here as well. As you can see, I'm out in front of Bridgewater College right now, and Bridgewater College is a private college. It has about 1,500 students in it. It's an NCAA Division III school, and about 30% of the students here participate in some form of athletics here at the college. Matter of fact, Bridgewater College was the first private liberal arts college in all of Virginia to admit women. In 1880, Daniel Christian Flory, known as D.C. Flory, opened the school with 6 students. One of those students was a woman. So historically, this college has been affiliated with the Church of the Brethren. So that being said, just a really neat thing about Bridgewater here in the middle of town. And I'll take you through town and show you a little bit about the town, and we'll get out into our first neighborhood and we'll take a look at our first home right now. So here in our first neighborhood here in Bridgewater, we're in the Oak Meadows neighborhood, and just a little bit more about Bridgewater. I mentioned there's a lot of industry here. For example, there's a Marshall's, the department store. They have a big distribution center here in town, and there's other industries as well. But the town itself, I mentioned it had a community feel. It really does have a nice community feel to it. And as a matter of fact, there's like 8 parks here in town, some of them along the river. There's actually a little par 3 golf course down along the river as well. And he asked me if I played it. Yeah, I have. It's like I think $5 to play or something. So that's a really neat thing here in town. And another thing about it is the town it's got its own theater. Like it has the Sight Center right in the downtown area. So there's a lot of things that are going here. for the town of Bridgewater. And the neighborhood that we're in right now, like I say, here in Bridgewater, Oak Meadows, most of the homes in here are between $400,000 and $600,000. You're going to see multiple different styles of homes, and a lot of them have brick exteriors as well, which of course helps you with maintenance and upkeep on your home, makes it a lot easier. That being said, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go over to our focus house here, and we'll take a look at our home here that we want to look at in this neighborhood. So we're here at our first home I wanted to show you here in Oak Meadows, and this Cape Cod recently sold for $475,000. It was built in 2001. It has 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths, and 1 half bath. It has total square footage of 2,532, of which 1,900 of that is above ground. If you break that down to this nice, mostly brick house, you have $188 a square foot. The lot size, almost a half acre, 0.48. Got some really nice things in it as well. It's got the open concept as well as vaulted ceilings. Has stainless steel kitchen appliances, a nice large deck out back, and beautiful outdoor living space. And so that being said, that's kind of one of the homes here in the area, and I'll take you on over and show you another home. But before I do, I'll show you the view from the top of this neighborhood on the way out. And wow, what a view. So we're here in the Millview Estates neighborhood, and as you can see, Mill, the word view is definitely not lost on the view that you have up here. But before I tell you a little bit more about Millview Estates, I'll tell you a little bit more about the town of Bridgewater. Bridgewater, like all the towns out here, they have a town center, and here the population of Bridgewater in the town center is a little over 6,000 people, about 6,100 people. Then you go out into the zip code, which is 22812, and you'll find that it's about 9,500 people. So that being said, the median price of a home sold in Bridgewater over the last 12 months has been $318,000. Now again, if you look at the Millview Estates here, you can see that it's all brand new. You can see that building's still going on as we speak. And this is kind of a unique neighborhood because down below down here you have a lot of, about half of the neighborhood is duplexes, and very nice new finished duplexes, and then the upper half here is all single family homes. So kind of neat. The duplexes are going to run you about in the mid 3s into the low 4s on average, and then the homes up here are going to be in the 4s, 5s, or 6s depending upon how large those homes are. Home that I'm coming to right up the road here is one that's recently sold. As a matter of fact, it was listed for $549,000, but it sold for $650,000. It is, of course, built just last year in 2022, and it has 4 beds and 3 baths. One of the reasons that it was sold at a higher price is because it has a lot of square footage compared to some of the homes here. It has 3,397 square feet of finished living space, and if you break that down, that's about $191 a square foot. 2,031 of that feet is above ground, and you also have an additional 665 feet that's unfinished below ground as well, so you have room to make it even larger. So the lot size are very common out here in the area. The lot of this home is a little under a third of an acre. It's 0.31 of an acre. It went for over the sales price, like I said, but it was only on the market for 21 days. It has stainless steel appliances, it has a quartz countertops, and it has a nice large, just some of the extra things they put into it, a nice large 4 by 7 foot ceramic tile shower with a nice seat in that shower. So just kind of neat features that really help this home create the value, have the value that it had. So that being said, I'll drive through the neighborhood here and I'll show you a little bit more of the homes here in the neighborhood, and we'll move on over to Mount Solon. So I'm on the way to Mount Solon, but I just had to stop by. And technically this is in Bridgewater, but it's halfway to Mount Solon. And I just had to stop by, and the historic stone mansion that you see behind me. So this mansion was built around 1784, which is about 45 years after this area was settled here in Virginia. It's been on the market for a long time. But it finally has a contract on it. It was listed for $879,900. Like I say, it was built around 1784. It has 5 bedrooms and 3 baths. It has 5,101 square feet of finished living space in it. And it's also got another 2,483 that's below ground as well. And if you break that down, it's $182 a square foot for the price. And then along with it comes all the buildings that are along with it, and also 10 acres as well. So just kind of a really, really neat place here. And if you're thinking about, stepping back into history or owning a historical home, these homes like this, and not always as large as this, but homes like this come on the market every once in a while. And if you're really looking for that, this is a good area out here in the Shenandoah Valley to find something like that, a historic home or an old farm home that you can live in. So, like I said, I just had to stop by here and show this to you, but we'll head on down to Mount Solon now, and we'll take a look at the properties down there. So we're here in our last town. We're in Mount Solon, Virginia. And as you can see behind me, there's not a whole lot to Mount Solon. And you've got the old grocery store here and the old Cochran's Bank across the road here. But Mount Solon is about 25 minutes southwest of Harrisonburg. And it's at the junction of State Routes 741 and 731 off of Highway 42. Now, a step back for about 100 years ago, though, into the early 1900s, and this was a small little town, and it was starting to grow. And it was a mill town, Cochran's Mill, and but there was even a Ford dealership here, if you can imagine that, a Ford dealership, and some other shops and things in town as well. However, the Depression came along in the 1930s, and as a result, the mill shut down. Well, when the mill shut down, there was no work. And so people were forced to leave the area, and ever since then, of course, it's basically mostly a deserted town, but it's kind of just a neat little drive through here. And of course, the zip code here in the area, the 22843 zip code, is a large zip code. You're looking at the entire zip code of about 2,500 people. How many does Mount Solon have? A handful of those 2,500 people. But there's only 14 houses, as a matter of fact, that says sold within the last year here, and they sold at an average of $345,000. So, like I say, Mount Solon is a small little town, but something neat about it. Just a little bit of history here, and some neat things around it too, and some absolutely beautiful views of the Appalachian Mountains as well, and the pastures and the fields. If you're looking for a remote, off the beaten path area, Mount Solon, if you can find a home here, Mount Solon in the zip code here is a really neat place to live. And so with that being said, we'll go ahead and we'll drive through the town. It won't take too long, and show you a little bit of what's left of the town, and then we'll go ahead and we'll go out into the zip code, and we'll look at a home here in the Mount Solon area, and we'll show you some scenery along the way as well. house I wanted to show you here is currently under contract. It's listed for $415,000. It was built in 2004, and it has 3 bedrooms and 3 baths. Total square feet, all of it 2,688 square feet. It's $154 a square foot, and it's on a 5-acre lot. So that's some really nice stuff going for it. It has a master bedroom on the first floor. It has a sunroom. It has a home office, craft room, unfinished attic space that could be converted. It also has 5 potential bedrooms with that conversion. So that being said, we'll go ahead and not get hit by the truck, and we'll get you on into something else here. right, so here we are. If you've waited around this long, thank you, because at the beginning of the video, I told you that at the end of the video, I would share with you something really, really cool here in the Shenandoah Valley. And I'm going to turn around here, and I'm going to show you what it is, and it's one of my favorite places here in northwest Augusta County. And here they are, Natural Chimneys Park, a county park here in northwestern Augusta County. One of my favorite places. I think this is just so cool here. This natural rock structure that is here, which is a county park, and it's free for anybody to come here and to just enjoy. As a matter of fact, in the summertime, they have concerts out here, and concerts at the pavilion that are behind me here. And just what a neat place to come. And there's the river to fish in here, and there's over 145 campsites here as well at the campground that's here, and just a really neat place. Now, the spires that you see behind me have eroded over the years, and they range in height from 65 to 120 feet tall. Just kind of neat to see the little trees that are up on top of them, and of course the cave down below and everything. So just a really, really neat place. One of my favorite places. But one other neat thing about this here, though, is that here at this park hosts one of the largest jousting tournaments in the eastern United States. And a matter of fact, this jousting tournament has been going on for 202 years, since 1821. So imagine that. So not only do you have beauty here in Augusta County and beauty here in the Shenandoah Valley, but you have history as well. So that being said, I hope this video has been a help to you, and I hope that you've gotten an idea of the towns of Bridgewater, which is a very vibrant town, down to a very out-of-the-way type town in Mount Solon. And like I say, each town has its own unique and distinct things about it. And like I say, if you're interested in selling a property, or you're interested in purchasing a property here in the Shenandoah Valley, Leslie and I, we get phone calls all the time from folks just like you, and we just love to help folks. It's yes, it's our business, but there's something about helping a person that just gives you fulfillment, and we love to do that. We love to match that person up with a home that they'd like to be in. So like I always say, if you are interested, pick up the phone and give us a call, shoot us a text, send us that email, and we'll be happy to help you in whatever home situation you're in need of. But like I always say, here from the Natural Chimneys Park and Campground, until next time, we'll see you around town.